Good morning to everyone. Let's proceed with today's program, which has brought us nothing more than true admiration, with the outstanding performances of our participants in our second CCVI National English presentations. It is of great delight to present our spelling demonstration carried out by sixth graders, in which they demonstrate how their spelling skills have developed throughout the years. Bearing in mind that spelling is a language skill that requires phonological awareness and forms an essential part of writing. Please sit back as our peers demonstrate their ability to spell common misspelled words.
Hello everyone, we are from Colegio Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. We're gonna show you some examples about frequently misspelled like absent, accessible, and acclaim. Example 1. Spell the word acclaim.
Acclaim. ACCLAIM. Acclaim. The book was received with critical acclaim.
Example 2. Spell the word accessible.
Accessible. ACCESSIBLE. Accessible. The museum is easily accessible by car.
Example 3. Spell the word absence.
Absence. ABSENCE. Absence. I know the real reason for his absence.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Renata Carmona Diaz and my classmates.
Santiago Rodríguez Parra,
Elian Rodríguez García, Juan Carlos Anoteca Cervantes.
We are students of 6th grade and we represent Instituto America from Chihuahua. Here are some of the most commonly misspelled words in English. Example number 1. Please, speller number 1, grab a ball from the bowl. Please spell the word salary.
salary, SALARY, salary. She was offered a salary of $50,000 a year. In this sentence, the word salary is used as a noun. The common mistake in this word is to write I instead of Y.
Example number 2. Please, speller number 2, grab a ball from the bowl. Please spell the word success.
Success, SUCCESS. Can you define success? In this sentence, the word success is used as a noun. The common mistake in this word is to write only one S or only one C.
Example number 3. Please, speller number 3, grab a ball from the bowl. Please spell the word vacuum.
Vacuum, VACCUM, vacuum. Okay. On Saturdays, we dust and vacuum. In this sentence, the word vacuum is used as a verb. The common mistake of this word is to write one C instead of double C.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. We are representing Instituto Miguel Ángel de Occidente and we're going to spell some of the words written with double L that are usually misspelled. Number 3. Please spell the word parallel. 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 I have to draw some parallel lines on my notebook. In this sentence, the word parallel is used as an adjective. Number 2. Please spell the word misspell. 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 Misspelled. Misspelled. She misspelled the word during the contest. In this sentence, the word misspelled is used as a verb. Number 1. Please spell the word intelligence. 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 Intelligent. He passed the exam because of his great intelligence. In this sentence, the word intelligence is used as a noun. This was a brief example of how we have been working on study. We hope you have enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Good morning, authorities and CCVI. We're students of Colegio Mexicano, and my name is Eva García Ramón. My name is Regina Cabrera. My name is Lucy Flores. My name is Rodrigo Mier. And now it's our turn to show some examples of some frequently misspelled words. Believe. B-E-L-I-E-V-E. Believe. I believe technology can provide solutions for some current problems. In this sentence, believe is used as a verb, and the frequent mistake is to change the I-E. Biscuit. B-I-S-C-U-I-T. Biscuit. A glass of orange contains spreading jelly on a biscuit. In this sentence, biscuit is a noun, and the frequent mistake is to spell the K and sound E at the end.
Business. B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S. Business. Kevin's business was to sell charcoal to rich people in the city. In this sentence, business is used as a noun, and they frequently mistake to spell it with double E or with double N.
Thank you for your attention.
Hello everyone, we are 6th grade students from Instituto Hispano Inglés. We are going to show you some examples of common misspelled words. Spell the word fascinate.
Fascinate. F-A-S-C-I-N-A-T-E. Fascinate. He fascinates me with his artistic work.
Spell the word fictitious.
Fictitious. F-I-C-T-I-T-I-O-U-S. Fictitious. Means employ fictitious characters.
Spell the word guarantee. Guarantee. G-U-A-R-A-N-T-E. Guarantee. The purchase of these items have a guarantee. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we are from Colegio Central Puebla, and we are going to show you some examples of words that frequently misspell. Example 1. Spell the word embarrass. Embarrass. E-M-B-A-R-R-A-S-S. Embarrass. I don't want to embarrass you. Example 2. Spell the word calendar. Calendar. C-A-L-E-N-D-A-R. Calendar. Do you have next year's calendar? Example 3. Spell the word broccoli. Broccoli. B-R-O-C-C-O-L-I. Broccoli. The broccoli should be bright and crunchy. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andric Bogdan González de Rosas.
Hello, my name is Emilio Mendoza.
Hello, my name is Santiago Muniz.
Hello, my name is Miranda Hernandez. We are from Instituto Miguel Ángel in Mexico City. There are some words in English that are frequently misspelled. Example 1. Usage.
Usage. U-S-A-G-E. Usage. The plan offers unlimited internet usage.
Example 2. Commitment.
Commitment. COMMITMENT. Commitment. Having a dog is a big commitment.
Example 3. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm having dinner with Rachel tomorrow night.
Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Romina Rodriguez, and we are from 6th grade at the Centro Educativo Santa Catarina. We are to be working with frequently misspelled words. The first participant is Mariana Silva. Roommate. Roommate. R-O-O-M-M-A-T-E. Roommate. I have a roommate. The part of speech is a noun. Thank you. The second participant is Mariana Castillo. Beginning. Beginning. B-E-G-I-N-N-I-N-G. Beginning. He's beginning to read a new book. The verb speech is a verb. Thank you. The third participant is Elisa Cruz. Children. Truly. Truly. She is truly sick. The part of speech is a bad word. Thank you.
We are aware that giving out a speech implies a great demand of practice and a huge amount of self-confidence, as well as many other essential features to make a speech relevant. Communicating to an audience involves great potential speaking skill, grace, empathy, and confidence. As John Ford states, you can speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. It's an honor to present 8th graders' captivating speeches. We are all ears.
All around us, there are announcements like go green, our place, our planet, our responsibility, save Earth, but what are we doing? Nothing. Nothing because the planet keeps dying while months to death. Nothing because there's still global warming. Nothing because animals, plants, and even our own species are dying by the hands of us humans. Robert Swan said, the greatest threat to our planet is to believe that someone else will save it. And it's true. We don't help save our planet because we think someone else will. I'm here to talk about a solution, something we all can do. It's part of trash, and in case you have guessed, in recycling. Probably you already know the meaning of recycling. Probably not. So for the ones who don't know it, I'll explain. Recycling is a small word. It only has 9 letters, but it's a strong word. It's so strong it can change the world. Recycling is a process of transforming trash, for example, used plastic bottles or broken paper, into new and efficient products. For example, you can transform a used plastic bottle into a bird feeder. With this, you help the environment and the animals. Recycling helps the planet, humanity, animals, and plants. It saves resources, prevents pollution, saves money, helps create new jobs in recycling and manufacturing industries, and most importantly, it helps keep clean our land and ocean. All the trash we throw away doesn't just disappear. There are several places where the trash goes. An example is the landfill, which is the most popular destination of trash. Another example is the ocean, where big quantities of trash are sent. There are about 5.25 trillion of pieces of plastic on the ocean. And one last example are the trash incinerators, which burn trash, but the problem here is that it produces a lot of carbon dioxide. If we don't recycle, we destroy humanity, plants, and animals, little by little until there's nothing, because of the excessive amount of trash we're using, because we will run out of resources, because of the absence of trees to reduce the carbon dioxide, and because the global warming will increase more than it has already. There is no minimum or limit age to start recycling. It doesn't matter if you are 1 year old or 100 years old. What matters is that you start recycling today, not later and not next week, because maybe by then there will be no war. Thank you.
Imagine you live in a place where the water is too expensive. You have to make long lines to get one or two water jugs for you and your family each week because the rest of the water needs to go to the fields, also to the few cattle that remain, and to the essential factories. The world economy has crashed because all the people that have died. Well, what would you tell me if I told you that the planet that you just imagined is not as far as you think to be the world where we are living on? This should concern us, but we don't seem to care about it. Even though there are people that build organizations and companies just to help the planet, those people aren't just enough. They need our help. Good morning, my name is Rania de Maria Rada Rivera from Instituto Hispano-Inglés, and I do care about our planet. Each topic about the world's pollution is important to discuss, but today I'm going to talk to you about the water crisis. Many huge cities like London, Tokyo, Barcelona, Mexico City, or New York are close to their day zero. This means that the water supply will be shut down for the public in general. 97% of the global water is salty, 2% is frozen freshwater on poles, and just 1% is potable water. However, most of this is underground and it is too difficult to obtain, and the rest of water is in rivers and lakes. The problem is not just that there are more people using water, it is how we use it. The personal use of water, like drinking, represents an 8% of liquid fresh water use. 70% goes to agricultural sector and 22% to the industry. More than half of fresh water in agriculture is wasted by inefficient irrigation systems. It is absurd that governments spend a lot of money taking water to the arid zones for the big artificial plantations, and the main technique to cultivate them is by flooding the fields. During history, industry has been cataloged as the biggest waste of water of all sectors. It is incredible that governments care more about the economy of their country than the waste of an essential resource for the health of their society. The water we waste is small compared with other uses, but it is still waste. I know that you have heard a lot about closing the faucet when you brush your teeth or wash your car with a bucket instead of using a hose. And maybe you are tired about hearing it. And with the percentages that I just mentioned, you feel that it doesn't affect anything. But in fact, it helps a lot and it is necessary in these times. Almost all the countries treat and price the water like there will always be enough of it. So that is why we absurdly waste it. To avoid that day zero comes early, several actions need to be taken right now. The ones that I recommend the most are to regulate the extraction of water from aquifers and do more efficient irrigation systems. If cost of water will be higher, governments will consider it worthy to repair our water infrastructure for cities, industries, and agriculture. Thank you for listening and please think about it.
Imagine that when you are born, you are separated from your mother and genetically modified to have a fast growth and live farms where there is no natural light or fresh air. On the floor is your urine and excrement, where you can barely walk and with very little space. With only 40 days in that horrible place, you are taken to the slaughterhouse and finally to a people's table. That is the life of a chicken. Only 40 days of suffering and pain. Good morning, my name is Andres Martinez Coronel, and today's topic is animal abuse. Every day, rabbits, cows, chickens, pigs, even monkeys and dogs are abused. Some of them are used in laboratories, others are destined for food, and others for very risky. What the consumers have not really seen is how these animals are treated and what conditions they are kept. For example, a cow for its milk, the udders are buried and they are separated from their cubs. When they can no longer produce milk, they are taken to a slaughterhouse to be sold in supermarkets. Thousands of monkeys are locked up in laboratories from babies to adults. Small monkeys are frightened with very loud sounds and locked up in small cages that they cannot get up. Or monkeys are put next to their mothers, covering their breasts and sedating them so that the baby monkey cannot receive comfort. Mechanical snakes are introduced in the cages, and desperately the baby monkey tries to avoid the mother, but she won't respond. After several minutes, the mother's monkey struggles to stay awake, but also many sedatives, they cannot stand up. Now, let's talk about dogs. Several places in the world, dogs are mistreated and abandoned. They abandon when they grow up, since they get too big. And in places like China, they eat them in the festival called the annual Yulin Dog Meat Festival. How much of this can be prevented? Also knowing this, some governments are not so strict about this, and laboratories and farms continue with that abuse. What can you do if you witness animal abuse in the street? First, you need to call to the corresponding authorities. What happens if the government don't want to support you? You need to find institutions that protect animals and help to find another home. Just because animals don't speak doesn't mean they don't feel. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning. I have a question for you. Do you like sports? Well, I do like. I like all of them. I like to play any sport, but I love soccer. I started practicing 4 years ago with only boys because there were no girls team 100%. And that's why I am here. My name is Romina Carmona Diaz. I'm 13 years old and I proudly represent Instituto America. Have you ever thought about women in sports? How many famous women in sports do you know? Personally, I just know a few. And if there are more, not a lot of people know them. Why? Because nowadays, women are not considered into sport 100%. When I was younger and I started getting into sports, especially soccer, I used to hear my parents talking about that if I want to be a professional soccer player, I was not going to be paid, recognized, or treated the same way as a boy. And at that moment, I didn't realize and understand why they were used to say that. But now that I'm having more knowledge and consciousness about many things, I can understand why they were used to say that. Through time, women have stood up in sport and showed their determination and ability for even those sports that are mostly considered men's sport. Though we are not considered to have a seat on the table yet. Do you know the percentage of media coverage for women in sports? According to the UNESCO, it receives only around 4% of all sports coverage. When women finally achieve their professional category, they face lower salaries as in other professions and less opportunities. There is less investment in their field, less training, and even less security. But I'm not here to talk about this to feel sorry for my colleagues. No, I am here to stand for them, for me, to speak up for my partners, to grant the importance of giving support. Sports are a huge door for the development and empowerment of women. It is very sad to know all this number and information, but even that, I won't give up. I will keep doing what I love to do. And I want to encourage all of you girls in this place and to ask you to inspire all women around you not to give up, because women need to have the same opportunities. Don't surrender if you are not being recognized about what you do. The best way to show them is carry on with the sport you love and helping other women to reach for our dream, to reach our target. It doesn't matter if there are a lot of obstacles in our way. What do we have to do? Keep on going. Don't accept any comment about you being a girl practicing sport. You better show them how good you are or how good you can be. Because people think that we cannot be as good as men. But guess what? Yes, we can. So, play as a girl, kick as a girl, run as a girl, punch as a girl, and the most important thing, live as a girl. And how is that? As women and men do. Thank you.
Now, we have reached the moment of our program with the creative, joyful, and graceful participation of our cheerleading exhibition. We hope you enjoyed their presentation, filling you with tremendous energy that only children can bring. We have come to the second part of our speech presentations, and by all means, it is undoubtedly challenging, as it entails articulation, clarity, projection, enunciation, and mainly confidence and passion. It is really thrilling to see how 8th graders master this language skill.
Hi, my name is Eileen. I want to start by asking a simple question. Do you like yourself? What would you change about your body if you could? And how far would you be willing to go just to change the way you look? Here I'm making a risky assumption to say most of you would change at least one thing about yourselves. Today, I would like to talk about how social media and influencers have influenced our generation into believing we should look a certain way and do everything in our power to do so, and how this can be extremely harmful and lead to serious self-esteem issues and even eating disorders. I think social media is the main reason why people think about surgery, losing weight, etc. so much. You may be thinking that how other people look on social media doesn't affect on people's self-esteem, but it does. And to prove it, I'm giving, in my opinion, one of the biggest examples of this. Kylie Jenner. She has been one of the biggest trendsetters for some years now. and has done various changes to her body. One of them, lip fillers. Lip fillers are one of the most popular cosmetic procedures, being the 8th at a global level. And it was never this popular until Kylie Jenner got it. And it's crazy how only one person can influence that much. And of course people don't think, I want lip fillers because Kylie Jenner has it. But indirectly, that's what happens. And that's how everything that is influenced by social media goes. Indirectly. But this is just an example of how powerful social media can be. It has been proven that people who spend more time on social media are more likely to develop self-esteem issues. The researchers from the Chicago University found out that women paid more attention to products that were advertised than products that were not. So basically, what social media does is buy brands, show a product in a fitting standard skinny woman, and make you think that you will look like her when you buy the product. But all of this didn't happen within the last 2 years or so. The lack of representation for different body types have taught us since a young age what we're supposed to look like. Think of one chubby princess. Exactly. We've been taught that who we are isn't good enough to meet the social standards, and that we won't be loved or desired if we don't fit into this impossible ideal image of what someone should look like. The teenage years are the stage where you develop yourself. You develop who you are, how you feel, who you want to become, your style, personality, etc. And this is why it is such an important stage of life. Think of it this way. If you didn't have social media at this age, do you think your relationship with your body image would be better? Because I do. And I'm sure that if I didn't start at social media at such a young age, I wouldn't struggle with my self-esteem so much. And I'm sure it's the same for many of you. Comparison is so normal and common nowadays that when we watch someone else's photo, we unconsciously start comparing ourselves, searching what aspects about us we could change. And this is so toxic. Scrolling and constantly checking on other people's lives is so unhealthy, and unfortunately has become part of our daily life routine. But keep in mind, nothing is real anymore. People post edited photos and you don't even know the background of those. Someone could have a diet that is killing them and post photos of their nice pretty body. And of course they don't show what they've been through to get that. All we see is someone with the body everyone wants. Then people get frustrated because of not having that life, face or body and try to do whatever it takes to have it, even if that means they have to do extreme stuff, which can lead to eating disorders. I decided to do a little experiment and asked 2 of my friends how social media had affected their relationship with their body, and these were their answers. Friend A said, "It used to make me feel bad and insecure about my body, but I learned that most of those photos are edited and with many filters." Friend B said, "It made me more insecure because I saw actresses, singers, influencers, etc. how they could have a perfect life or a perfect body, and I wanted to be like them." As you can see, both of the answers talk about them comparing themselves to people on social media. And since I know most of you also feel insecure about your body, I would like to say that content in social media is not true at all. People only post the nice part of their lives. But we need to know that everybody is valid and interesting. And if you're having a really bad time with social media, I would recommend to have a break from it, at least for a month. Remember, no one is perfect, and superficial things like your stomach not being flat or whatever will never be more important than your physical and mental health.
Hi, good morning. My name is Fernanda Reyes Atasca. I'm from Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra School for 8th grade. My speech is entitled True Love Begins with Self-Love. During the course of our lives, we have been taught to respect, to value, to concede the other. In a word, we have been instructed to love others. But I'm a true believer that to truly love someone, you have to love yourself first. How many people here are truly loved? Let's be honest, most people listen more to the opinions of others instead of listening to their own opinions, just for social accept, which can end up in a life full of regrets. With self-love, you can identify what your needs are and what your desires are. It implies knowing yourself quite well and that, regardless of many of the fears you may have, breaks, negative ideas, or things that are not so well established or qualified as positive. You have the mature capacity to know that regardless of how things are. Instead of looking for the non-existent better half or kissing thoughts while looking for a princess, try to love that person you meet every day in front of the mirror. And stop trying to find outside what is inside. The conclusion of this speech is that self-love is the basis for all the types of love: family love, couple love, etc. If we can love ourselves, how do you expect to love another person? I chose this topic because for a long time, I lived asthma on myself. Now I honestly don't care what others say about me. And I wish you didn't care either. Because in life, there's always going to be someone who talks bad about you, no matter what you do. Remember, no matter what others say, don't listen to them, just let them talk. No matter what they say, because the more they do, the happier I am. So please, let them be them, let us be us. Please live your life and let me live mine. Thank you.
The human activity is worse for the environment than the biggest nuclear accident in the history. Martin Cruz Smith. Good morning, teachers, parents, and classmates. My name is Carlos Lopez Lopez. I'm in grade A, Group B, at Colegio Central. And today, I want to talk to you something very important nowadays: the pollution and the pandemic. I hope that after hearing to this, we could raise awareness and understand the negative environmental results for us due to the excessive use of masks and plastics during this pandemic. Does air pollution increase or decrease with the pandemic? Well, emissions from fuel combustion account for nearly a quarter of CO2 emissions from human activity. And with the quarantine in 2020, the world's roads fell by almost a 50% compared with 2019. So we can say that it decreased drastically. And this is very good news, because according to the WHO, 9 out of 10 people breathe air that exceeds the limits of high levels of pollutants. And they also estimate that 7 million people die from air pollution every year. And we won't eliminate all the pollution in the world, but at least we can reduce it. We've talked about the pollution that we decreased, but what about the pollution that has increased because of face masks? The Swansea University team found that heavy metals and plastic fibers were released when the masks were submerged in water. Some of the heavy metals are lead and cadmium. These can be toxic in low doses. These metals are bioaccumulative, which means that they aren't removed from the water. They just accumulate. And this isn't probably a problem at the moment. But in the future, if we continue wasting lots of masks and plastic, we will have a big contamination problem. So we must learn to use this mask responsibly. Avoid using too much to reduce pollution, but using enough to keep ourselves protected from this virus. Another material that we have been using a lot is plastic. And we are wasting it a lot. It was found that the global consumption of plastic from medical gloves and face masks worldwide in 2020 was found to be approximately 79 billion units per month. And in China, plastic waste increased from 40 tons per day before the pandemic to 240 tons per day during the pandemic. This is something that worries everyone, because this could mean the extinction of many species in the world, especially in the ocean, where all these wastes go. But in land, plastic contaminates the soil, affecting its nutrients. If you don't care about plants and animals, think of yourself, because this also will affect you. The air will be polluted, and it will affect to everyone who breathes that air. Some things that people are doing to reduce pollution is that Australian engineers are collecting masks to use them as road construction material. And the company P&G collects fake masks to recycle them and transform them into pyrolysis oil. This oil is used to make polypropylene resin. So, today's conclusion is that we cannot afford to continue wasting lots of plastics and masks. Today I invite you to be more responsible and don't use an exaggerated amount of plastics. Also, I'm not saying that we should not wear masks or anything like that. I am saying that we must learn to use these masks responsibly. We must learn to take care of ourselves and the environment. Thank you.
Did you know that if we continue as we are, the work can end? Hello, good morning, education authorities, teachers, students. My name is Valeria Michero Pesavesana, and today I want to talk to you about the pollution in the world. It is a topic of importance as a consequence of the impact that the human has been affecting the environment due to its alteration. We can see the affected the pollution of water, air, soil, destruction of the flora, causing great negative effects on the environment and on human beings. The amount of disease and the damage of the health. In addition, concerning the normal functioning of our planet for our future generations. Due to the fact that pollution in the world has been increasing, we have caused an alarm for all of us. If we continue the same, we will end up with our planet. An example is a large number of deadly diseases that have been affecting on humans because of the air and water pollution. Pollution is a problem that we must address as soon as possible, since it is much more serious than we think. Not only is it affecting the air we breathe, but ecosystems and natural resources such as water, a vital element for life, are also running out. The negative effects on society, both in terms of health and environment, are very clearly visible. Some of the consequences are increasing respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, as well as a reduction of the quality of life in the environment, a loss of flora and fauna, scarcity of natural resources, as well as the decrease of the ozone layer can be observed. A curious fact, have you ever thought that a person can live up a month without eating, but only a few days without drinking water? 70% of the constitution of living being is composed of water, hence it's important for life. Therefore, it is essential for a prosperous use of it. It is impressive today to frequently see the news when the expected pain of the sea turtles and seals caused by the excess of plastics thrown into the sea, as well as even the polar bears are also running out of their habitats due to the climate change. What can we do to save the world? We can all do small actions that can help us to save the world. An example is make use of the 3 R's: reduce, recycle, reuse. Carry our shopping bags, using electronic devices as little as possible. Take care of water and raise awareness of the importance to separate organic and inorganic waste, as well as the reduction of the plastic bottles and cardboard. To start caring for our planet, we can be part of the environmental citizens who are responsible for making people aware of the importance of valuing and respect the nature. Every year, millions of people pollute rivers, sea waters, lagoons, throwing their garbage, the chemicals, and soap thrown to the sea, killing the species that live in those aquatic ecosystems. Please, would you like to participate? Some people are cleaning parks, streets, washing trash cans. Because small actions will change the world by making a difference. I hope that we all become aware and take the necessary actions as a society to improve this world situation. Because if we all join together and put our grain of sand, we will make a difference to achieve a better world. Cheer up with the effort. Oh, we can achieve it. Thank you.
Mahatma Gandhi says, "There are no goodbyes for us. Whatever you are, you will always be in my heart." Let our hearts embrace these English presentations that, with inspiration and care, our beloved schools have prepared for us, and wear them with our minds, souls, and hearts. Hope to see you tomorrow to continue with the CCVI presentations.